Bottom Line Sports Show is back once again. Gerald Brown here. Great show on tap tonight, as always. And, really excited tonight because the NBA Finals have come to a closure. And I don't know if you're really feeling that excited about it. But, again, you got the offseason here. So the pieces to the puzzle that you will build to next season in effort and attempts to have your team win the championship. We're honored to join tonight with a gentleman that, again, we've had him on the SiriusXM NBA side, hanging with Ryan Hollins. He's hanging out with us tonight. Ryan Hollins. Oh, look at Ryan, look at Ryan, he's picking out some of these little toys and trinkets, Ryan.
What's up, brother, man? Thanks for having me on. Representing from the West Coast. I don't know if you noticed, it's nice and sunny outside. You actually get a chance to see that. Yeah. West Coast. It's okay. It's okay, New Yorkers. But glad to be on the show, man. Thanks for having me.
Ryan, could you get rid of the little I guess your little disguise that you have up, where you just trying all these.
I thought that you did that, man.
I didn't do that. Why would I do that? You did that. That's Ryan Hollins trying some different things. That's
I thought you did that, man. It said it just my
thing. See, I can do mine like that. See, I can do those days, Ryan. I didn't do those days. Look at Ryan Hollins here hanging out. Ryan, first and foremost, I want to say congrats on a great season. So I want to go back to the NBA Finals first and foremost. Again, round of applause for him. Yeah, round of applause for him. And there he is, the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. The man is always on time. He's never late. AKA Fife Van Gundy, Fife Dog in the house. Hey, Fife, wait a minute. Are you in the Dean Dome? I don't understand this.
What'd you say?
Are you in the Dean Dome? What is this? All the Carolina paraphernalia behind you.
The room in my house, man. Dean Dome Jr. You know what it is.
Fife, always a
Dean
pleasure.
Smith lives through us, man.
Hey. We got to make sure you find out if you was taking some of them classes for them kids.
Whoa.
we got a great show on tap tonight. Hey, we got Ryan Hollins, LA Clippers, UCLA alum, hanging out with us, Fife. We're also going to have on the show tonight DLeague. Everybody has the NBA dream, and we always love about this time of the year. Got DLeague, Gilbert Brown. He played at Canton Charge. The Canton Charge, I believe, the DLeague team out there, Canton. He's going to be joining us as we get prepared for the Summer League. Summer League is an opportunity for guys to showcase their abilities and perhaps latch on to a team. Look at Danny Green. You look at Troy Daniels that played with the Houston Rockets. These guys had roles. So this is an opportunity. So we'll talk to Gilbert Brown, former Pitt Panther. We'll also talk to, from the UNC, young man, NBA draft hopeful, Leslie McDonald from the University of North Carolina. Get his thoughts and opinions as we're about a week away from the NBA Finals, NBA draft, actually. And is it going up as Ryan Hollins continues to play with all this stuff? So, Fife, I was asking Ryan about all this stuff in regards to the finals and stuff. Your thoughts, surprise?
Yo, hold on, man, because you coming in real choppy. I might have to move.
Okay, we got to figure that out. So, while you get that squared away, Ryan, your thoughts on really the NBA Finals coming to a closure thus so fast?
You know what? The first thing I think is, hats off to the Spurs, but Miami, you could see they weren't a team this time around, and you have to be a team in order to win the NBA Finals, and it goes far past talent. You can throw a lot of talent out there, but without being a team, without believing in each other, the cohesiveness, the belief, you will not win. Not at the highest level. You can win during the season, you can get by, but I think that's essentially what fell apart, and it didn't look like everybody was on the same page. Where with the Spurs, they were the epitome of team basketball. One of the best team selflessness. However you want to put it, but one of the most best teams ever in the sense of being a team. Guys taking less money, sharing the ball, just playing the right way.
Yeah. Brian, that is starting to scare me, man. That's that little thing. You got to go back to
Yo,
the thing that's on your side that says effects and click it back off, man. You start to scare me right now, and then you got
yo,
everything in the background blurred out. You're Ryan, man. I don't know. This is self-expression. You're starting to scare me right now, Ryan. I don't know. Hey, Fife, I don't
G,
understand this, man. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm a little scared right here, Ryan. I'm a little scared right now, man. Come on, man. You know, I don't understand that right now.
It's real
yeah,
choppy. Real choppy right now.
You were coming through, Fife, clear to us.
yeah, you're clear.
It's real clear to us. It's your signal. I don't know. You're real clear to us.
Damn.
You're good over there.
Yeah, you good money. We can hear him. He just can't hear us.
Yeah, I think I gave it a
Yeah,
thumbs up
minor.
signal on that. But as Fife works out all this stuff, and in particular, I want to ask you this, Ryan. Was the Spurs that much a better team than Miami, or were they just a fatigued team?
They were a better team. And when I say team, I don't mean talent in any way, shape, or form. LeBron James is the MVP, the best player in the NBA. But they were a better team, so he cannot do it alone. And I don't mean that they didn't have the talent, because everyone wants to look at the talent. It's just it's teamwork and playing basketball the right way. And when they were so dominant, those were the things that Miami team did that gave them the ability to excel. So one guy, one link of that chain is off, and you're gonna fall apart, and that's what you saw during the finals.
Yeah, it was just really interesting and see how it all played out. In terms of just really having them. I really thought they were a fatigue team, and I had said this before, a team that really
How?
played a
How?
lot of basketball. Well,
How?
I mean, think about it this way. Yo, he felt like a kid. He found a kid in the caddy store and just all of a sudden just going in there. But here's the thing, Ryan. This is where I said that I feel that this team was a fatigue team, excuse me. They've gone to 4 consecutive NBA finals. Now, you're an NBA veteran. You know the demands that it takes on your body and the toll. If you have an 82-game season, then you're talking about the playoffs. Look at this team in terms of them going through the process of going deep into the playoffs. And then on the flip side of that, the commitment they have had in regards to the NBA.
So the Spurs didn't play the same amount of games last year?
Well, I mean, the Olympics. I mean, think about it this way. LeBron has been a key figure to the Olympics.
How old is LeBron? What's the average age of the Spurs?
Well, the fact is that the Spurs don't play. No player on the Spurs plays more than 30 minutes.
So, I mean, that's coaching. What's the age? There's a reason for that.
But at the end of the day, when they don't have a deep enough team, as opposed
It sounds
to,
like an excuse.
well, no, I mean, it's just a factor. You're a human. You're gonna get tired. If you're gonna get tired, that's just a given fact.
When you're younger, you can play a lot more. You can play longer. You can. I mean, Tim Duncan is. How old is Tim? 39? 40? He's
38.
40. He's
For
38.
Right.
He's 38 with 100,000, 200,000 miles on that body.
He's a human being. These are human beings, right? If you're 7 years old, you get tired.
No.
If you're 8 years old, you get tired.
I'm not rolling with that. I'm not rolling with that. I'm not rolling with that.
I don't understand that fight. The Spurs a better team, or the Miami Heat just a fatigue team?
You're still coming in choppy, but I did hear you ask me if the Spurs were a better team. Yes. Period.
He sound like he just. Did you throw that auto tune on him, G?
For the
He
simple-
sound like you just auto tuned him, yo.
For the simple fact, Mario and Norris, they averaged about 7 points combined. San Antonio's bench was much better. They were hungrier. So it's real simple to me. Miami just ran into a buzzsaw. I mean, think about it. All 4 games that they lost in the series were by 15 or more. That's an ass whooping, B.
Yo. Hold on, man. I'm laughing at my face, man. I don't know how these things keep bopping up, man.
You're doing something to the effects over here. Ryan Hollins is just having a great time. Gentlemen, I asked you if I had a great Father's Day. Let me ask you this, and I want to ask you this also, Ryan. Did the NBA do a disservice in terms of not having games on Saturday night, but the finals on a Sunday night?
I mean, it sounds like you just want a lot of excuses, man.
I'm just saying from a fan's perspective, we have the NBA playoffs. They're every night, and then all of a sudden we got these Thursday, Sunday games. When you have a Saturday night, we didn't have any games. I mean, everybody has to go to work. Kids had to go to school the next day.
You want to know what's exclusive about the NBA playoffs when they start? The best thing is you get a game going every single night. You get nonstop basketball. So I don't think you care at what time. What are you doing at 7, 8 o'clock? Game? Are you going to bed at 9:30? My kids are 3 and 5 years old. They don't go to bed at 9:30. I mean, come on.
But you know what? You have an advantage because it's 6:30 out there on the West Coast. Stop it. Fife, the NBA did a disservice to the people on the East Coast?
Say that again?
Did the NBA do a disservice to the people on the East Coast in terms of these games starting at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock on a Sunday? No games on Saturday.
I mean, I've always felt like that even when I was little, because you were catching the Lakers and the Rockets in the Western Conference Finals. Remember when Ralph Sampson got the little tip in at the end or whatever? I couldn't even watch that whole game because it came on crazy late in New York. You know what I mean? So I think it is a disservice.
Yeah.
But
but at the same time,
you go out and get NBA League Pass.
I'm not buying it because if the game was on at like 3 or 4 or 5 o'clock, you'd be rushing home from work and you missed the first half.
Oh, please, Ryan, that's just all West Coast, and Fife is up in the West Coast too. So again, I at least Fife is keeping it real and keeping it connected towards New York. I appreciate that, Fife. Ooh.
Listen, half of my NBA career, more than half, the majority of my NBA career going into my 9th year was spent on the East Coast. So I gotta have some East Coast, Eastern time zone love now. And I like getting the late games, so I had to get some credit for that.
Let me ask you a question. Did you ever have a Boston accent? Thank you. Did you have a lot of people that wanted to come see you and visit you in Cleveland from L.A.? Thank you.
Hey, man.
Stop it.
Stop it. I on my days off to be able to watch things later.
That's not happening at all. Here on the Bottom Line Sports Show, Gerald Brown, Ryan Hollins, Fife Dog, upcoming Leslie McDonald. We also have Gilbert Brown. It's the Bottom Line Sports Show. Now, Ryan, you're in the midst of really a tumultuous situation that took place in the playoffs, and I definitely want to get your thoughts on that. I want to ask you this, though, going back to the Spurs and their playoff run. When would they what was the turning point in the Spurs playoff run when they won Game 5 versus the Thunder? After OKC had come back, Ibaka, all of a sudden he returns. The Thunder get the 2-2 set up, and now they're in a situation that's like, deja vu all over again. Was the turning point for them Game 5?
Not at all. He came in on a mission. Any team that's won the NBA championship, think about it. When you go back to the regular season, they look like champs then. They work like champs already. So by when it comes around the time that they win, it shouldn't surprise you. You knew you maybe hope Miami or Indiana would turn it on or somewhat, or the Thunder or even us, but no other team looked like champs. Like they were consistent all the way through. Like they were blasting people, and I know they've done that in the past, but there was just a different chip on their shoulder this year. And the huge difference that I see is obviously that chip on their shoulder, but like they had a guy in Kawhi Leonard, the X factor, that was able to guard Durant. He was able to guard LeBron James, and like he gave their team a versatility, something that they hadn't had, because they've always been able to score. They've been disciplined, but now you get some form of talent. You get some form of defense. You get an elite, a defender, a Bruce Bowen-esque, an athletic Bruce Bowen, whatever you want to call him out there. And I mean, he's on his pace to being a megastar. And for right now, he's really great. I don't want to say good. He's really great in his role because you need guys like that Ron Artest when the Lakers won. You need those guys down the stretch so that you can win and have a chance to have success. And that's why it got ugly. It got ugly.
But they were down. DeJuan Blair doesn't get kicked out of that game against the Mavericks. They lose by 3. The Spurs win by 3. The Mavericks, they could have been home. They could have been home. You know, the snake in the locker room for Portland. I mean, I don't know.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda, didn't happen. We can do that all day. We can do that. We can do that with a lot of things. We can do that all day. You know, woulda, coulda, shoulda. You know, if it wasn't for one tip ball, you know, we'd be wearing, you know, 2-time champion San Antonio Spurs. You know, if it wasn't for that tip, that rebound. But we come out saying, you know, LeBron is the baddest man on the planet, and now we have excuses, and now the team needs to break up and go their separate ways. Where before, they're good. You know, Wade is on top, Bosh is on top. It worked out. It looked like a good project, but that was one tipped out ball away from happening. You know, that's sports.
Yeah. Go ahead, Fife. Here on the Bob Marley Sports Show. Gerald Brown, Ryan Hollins, Fife Dog. Go ahead, Fife.
I don't even know where we are because you was chopping up before, but
I'm
really
at 2
good now.
I'm at 2 at Ryan. I'm sorry. I'm at 2 at Ryan.
Yo, G, take off the auto-tune, man. Take off the auto-tune, G.
All right. Congrats on a great season, a great playoff one. Talk about how challenging things were with the Donald Sterling comments, and how did you guys really and truly get through
it? This is how I see it, Fife. I know you can relate to this, and a lot of people can feel me on this. Like, there's always going to be something. There's always, unfortunately, it was in the tune of racism, but that's something growing up you've had to fight against and heard your whole life, and some stronger than others. It came at a really unfortunate time, but in anything worth having, there's always going to be turmoil. There's always going to be something that you have to deal with, and you have to get up and do your job. And in that time, you become an example. You become, in the form, I want to say, you look at Jackie Robinson, Pasadena product. You know, we went to all the same schools, but you look at Jackie Robinson, and he worked through the face of adversity. And I mean, I don't even want to say it was really super adversity. Yes, you didn't like the comments, you didn't want to hear it, but at the end of the day, like, my dream is to play basketball in the NBA, and I love what I'm doing. And I don't believe, or any of my teammates believe, that, you know, within us playing for the Los Angeles Clippers, that we represented racism, or we're for that. You know, we had a silent stand, a silent strength, whatever it was, and, you know, we went back to doing our jobs. And there's always going to be adversity, man. There's always going to be something going on. There's so much that you don't hear about. And I mean, think about it. The statements were made long ago. There's probably worse statements and worse situations. You know, if I'm a lawyer or whatnot, or I'm an accountant, and I find the head of the firm, the president, makes a racist comment that I don't work with, I'm not going to quit my job that day. You know, so, you know, you got to work through adversity, man, and that's always going to be there. And Fife, I know, you know, within your times, and, you know, every time you have success, every time you get is going to be so much distraction. And right before you're ready to have your biggest moment, there's always going to be something like that's not going to go. And the bigger the stage, the more distractions, the more people are coming at you, the more people want a piece of you, and the more people, you know, essentially prey on you. You know, so that's just a part of success, man, that people have to deal with.
No doubt.
That's well said. Well said and all. Do you think that had any effect in terms of just looking at the series and really just going through the whole process? Did it have any effect on you guys in terms, because game, you know, you go back to the Staples Center, you get the big win, and then I think it was game 5 or so. Game 5, you guys were right there. You had the lead, and things just went a piece. Was it too much of an added pressure, or just unnecessary nonsense that really just captivated too much attention instead of allowing you guys just to focus on that series?
At that time, no. I don't agree at all. Because once that ball goes in the air, you're playing a game that you love. You're playing basketball, and we have a million things to worry about. But once the ball goes in the air, once you start playing, once you get up and down that first couple times, man, you don't worry about it. And we've all played through death, adversity. I mean, whatever it may be. I mean, Fife, when you hit the stage, I'm sure you got, you know, all kind of stuff going on, but and you're rocking out. I mean, there's nothing like that feeling. You know, the crowd is cheering. You know, so I think you can relate to that experience. That, you know, once you get to doing love, it's an escape for us, man. And you know, whether it be basketball, whatever it may be, it's doing something that we grew up doing that we love, man. And it's a way to get away. Like you think about it as a kid, you know, home life for some maybe rocky or shifty, whatever. And when you get to that basketball park, you're free. You're playing sports. It's music. You're doing what you love. And, you know, just even as that escape. So, I mean, at the end of the day, whatever stage it is, man, it's just basketball. It's just music. It's just entertainment. It's you know, what we get paid to do. It's our passion, man, and that's the reason that we love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's well said. Definitely well said. You know, let's focus on this draft coming up. And Ryan and Fife, you know, again, it's just a draft that you have a lot of hype around. People are saying that it's being considered one of the greatest drafts of all time. Is there a chance that there's too much hype with this draft? Right? No. Because you could have said that about the LeBron, Wade, Bosh draft, and it wasn't. Excuse me, not Bosh. Well, yeah, I think Bosh was in that. Yeah.
That draft was. I mean, it was bananas, and they lived up to that expectation. Now, there's no LeBron, to my knowledge, right now that I've seen in this draft, but there's a lot of proven guys out there that you can see, and obviously they haven't proved themselves, but they're pretty good, and you've seen intangibles that would transfer over to the next level. So as far as the depth, there's a lot of good, really, really, really good players that are coming out in this draft right now.
Yeah.
So I believe it's going to be one of the best drafts in a while. Now, you have to determine that later on down the line, but I definitely believe it's going to be one of the better drafts.
Yeah. Fife, your thoughts on it? Is it too much hype with this draft? Do you think it's just too much hype?
No, I mean, it's like that with almost every draft, with the exception of the last 2013 draft.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you have some who will have that hype and they will shine, and then some that may not. Look at Greg Oden back in the day. That was crazy hype, but unfortunately the injuries took place, and he hasn't been able to be the Greg Oden that we saw at Ohio State. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, these teams are going to have to do their homework regardless to see who they really need, who's that short shot player, or who can make it happen right now, right then and there, and so forth and so on. So they got their homework definitely set out for them. But one thing I will say, there's this one kid that's a sleeper in the draft, and he goes by the name of Zach LaVine.
Oh, yeah, hey, Fife, wait a minute, Fife.
I just wanted to say
Wait a minute, Fife. Wait a minute. Hey, Fife, that's a homer call right there. That's a homer call right there.
That's a what? That's a what?
The Bruins, Mike. Come on, you see, you get Ryan hype.
Hold on. It ain't about bigging up the Bruins. I know Ryan went to UCLA the whole 9 months.
I know you don't recognize Fife, I know you don't.
Listen, Son is nice. I like Jordan Adams. I like Kyle Anderson. I even like the kid Muhammad who came out last year. That kid is bananas.
Yeah.
I don't care if he went to school of the blind. He's nice.
Yeah.
Ryan, look at Ryan. You feeling good right now. You feeling good.
In the building.
The only thing that I will say, and this is nothing against none of them at all. Kyle Anderson, he's from Jersey. His agent, great friend of mine, Stan Fouché. Zach LaVine, I hope it works out. But that just, I'm going to say Toby Bailey. I said that's Toby Bailey.
Come on, man.
It looks like Toby. It looks like Toby Bailey. It looks like Toby Bailey.
Okay, Toby Bailey, Ed O'Bannon. Okay. But
Toby didn't leave when he was supposed to leave. Toby didn't leave when he was supposed to leave, though. Toby didn't leave when he was supposed to leave.
But Toby wasn't. But the thing about it is, Zach
How
is
do you
a
say
freshman.
that?
Zach is a freshman that didn't even start. He has.
So?
What does he do? He jumps. There's a lot of pieces of his game that is not refined.
How many games have you watched?
I watched enough. And all I can
I want to hear how many.
Let me tell you this. I can watch
How
one
many?
game if you know talent. I can watch one game.
No way. Well, then you know the kid can run and jump and shoot and create his own shot.
I ain't see him shooting. There's not too many guys in the college basketball be able to create their own shot like that. No.
He
No,
can create his own shot. He can create his own shot.
Gerald, I'm telling you.
See, you don't even look at it. You see this?
I do think it depends on where he goes, that they can really get the best out of him or what have you. It depends on where he goes. But I've seen him play enough to know he can create his own shot, family.
Five. Look at his face.
This isn't a system dude, man.
This isn't radio. We can see you don't even believe in yourself. You don't believe in yourself, G.
I'm just saying, you scared me with that thing on your face. You scared me now. All that I'm saying is it takes a little time. I think that he's a good player, but, I mean, you know, what is
so what are you saying? What are you saying?
I would like I'm scared because it might be Toby Bailey. I'm scared. It might be Toby Bailey. I just don't know if he's refined enough.
What did happen to Toby Bailey?
So you're saying he's not going to be a pro?
I think he's going to be. I mean, he's definitely going to be a pro. But it's
going to be a pro.
It's a question of where he's going to go that is going to allow him to further develop his game. And that's
so you keep saying Toby Bailey. You're saying he's going to have a really short NBA career.
Well, I think
don't do him like that.
No. I'm not doing that. No. I'm just saying. No. I'm not disrespecting. I'm no disrespect. I don't.
You don't even believe in this.
All I'm saying is
he got a UCLA issue.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is.
Oh, you believe in Kyle? Because you know his dad's agent's friend?
You know, I don't want to get too far off topic because you know what? I want to ask you guys something else. And I hold that question, Fife. Then we got the next question about man's up. But I want to ask you guys something. And I know we're going to talk about this next week. I want to talk about the NBA draft, and you get the mock drafts and be a day out of it. Do you think that we'll ever go back to a situation where we'll see 4-year players? I'll ask you first, Fife, and then you, Ryan, where you'll see a 4-year player. There's more value now because now it's crazy. There's value in a kid like Zach LaVine where you're drafting on potential as opposed to a kid like DeAndre Kane out of Iowa State.
But they've been doing that.
But it changed.
That's what the draft is about, G.
But that's why you have so many bad teams in the NBA.
No, it's not.
Because you're drafting.
No, it's not.
You're drafting
on the East.
Okay. So in that case, why are we going to take Kevin Durant? Why take Kevin Durant? He was horrible his first couple years. He's the MVP of the league.
But you saw talent there. But the thing is that Ryan Fife, all that I'm saying is, look at a kid that's 25 years old, DeAndre Kane. A kid that goes 4 years to school, okay? 4 years to school is overlooked for a kid that plays 1 year. I mean, it's just baffling. Which kid do you think would come in? Hey, Ryan, you're a veteran. Which kid would you want to come in and help your team to be able to take that next step?
It depends on the system, yo. It depends on the system.
Can I
depends
answer
on
that?
what you need. If I have a team that's already made, I'm gonna take that kid that's a potentially good because by the yo.
You know who I like?
I don't know if you put it, but along with what I'm saying, if I'm a team that's already made, I'm going to take the kid of potential because I know 3 or 4 years down the line I'll be looking at free agency, and I want this young kid to be able to roll. I want him to be ready to play.
Yeah.
I feel what you're saying, G.
Yes.
But
I don't feel you,
I would, as a Knicks fan, I would take that DeAndre Kane kid.
Thank you.
I would. I'm just saying. But at the same time, a lot of these front office cats, they don't know what they're doing, fam. That's the problem. Because, like a DeAndre Kane, he should be looked at, not just because he spent 4 years in school, because Tim Duncan did that, and you see where his career went. You know what I mean? But a lot of times they take the easy route and go towards the hype instead of really doing their homework and looking at that 4-year dude. Period.
Thank you. That's what I've said before. There was a young man that came out of UCLA, the shooter. I can't remember his name. He was a shooter. The white kid that was out of UCLA, the shooter. And
how long ago are we talking?
he might have been there with you.
Capono?
Jason Capono, who actually said, if I would have played overseas and came from Russia, I would have been, or Russia or Europe, I would have been a top pick, a proven commodity. I want a kid that's going to come in there.
See, Capono should have left after his first year. Everybody's different, man. Everybody's different.
Yeah, that's true too. Yep.
Everybody's different. There's some cats that need to leave after the first year. There's some cats that need to develop a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think that it's a little odd and weird. Gilbert, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Hey, Ryan, you hang out with us. Wait, you got a little time? You gonna hang out with us or what?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I'm in the building. I'm here to
Oh,
go.
right,
Why you calling me out?
I'm sorry. Hey, joining us right now. I'm saying, well, you know what? We were talking about just getting ready, prepared for the draft, and we know obviously the off season. It's all about young men continuing their opportunity and sharing and living that dream, getting ready for the draft as well as getting ready for the summer league. This gentleman has played in the D-League, played with the Canton Charge, and he's getting ready for he's going to continue to pursue his NBA journey, played for the University of Pitt. Put your hands together. Great last name, Gilbert Brown. Gilbert, it's just a kid in a candy store. Ryan Hollins, he just found a new toy.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing on this.
Legend, rap legend, Fife Dog is joining us, and I'm Gerald Brown. How you doing today, Gilbert?
I'm doing good. I can't complain.
That's wonderful. You better not, man. You better not complain at all. I want to ask you this, Gilbert, in terms of just looking at the playoffs. We've been talking about, obviously, the San Antonio Spurs. But, in the playoffs, we saw guys like Houston Rockets, Troy Daniel, Danny Green. They play huge roles in the playoffs as former undrafted D-League guys. Talk about how much their success has given you motivation to know it's possible.
I always felt, I was a capable player to play in the NBA. But when you see players like that, similar skill sets, similar careers in college, it definitely gives you the type of confidence, like, I should be there. When I came out, I was in training camp. I came out during the lockout year. I was in training camp with Boston, and, last cut and sitting there in the office, and Doc telling me I should be in the NBA. It's the same thing. He's like, it's all about time and opportunity. And, basically, I feel like I went across seas, I did my job, and now I performed in the D-League and got the eyes of the GMs, and now it's just up to me to go out there and put in the work during Summer League and through this whole little process that I got going on.
Well said.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the season officially over and the Summer League being right around the corner, what has been the latest you have heard in regards to who you will be playing?
I had a couple teams contact me, but I made a decision to play with the Milwaukee Bucks. I talked to their president of operations, and they've shown the most interest in giving me the strongest feel that I'll be coming to training camp and doing everything and having a legitimate shot to make the team. So along with a few other teams that are interested in me, I'm gonna go out there and perform in Summer League, and then I'm gonna leave it up to that, my performance on the court, to indicate where I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now, Ryan, were you in Boston when Ryan, were you in Boston when Gilbert was out there?
Nah, he came after.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was 2011.
2011. Ryan, you were in with the Clippers then?
2011. Where was I?
Lockout year.
I came to Boston that year, but I started in Cleveland, so I would have missed them in camp. Yep.
Okay. Here on the Bottom Line Sports Show, Gilbert Brown joining us, Ryan Hollins, Fife Dog. How difficult is it to not put too much pressure on yourself when playing in the Summer League, and how do you get to get a real good read on what teams might be looking for? Because you see in the Summer League, you could go in there and score a lot of points, and it might not be what they want you to do. It might want you to set up and run a team. How do you not put too much pressure on yourself in terms of just in a Summer League setting?
For me, I think it's kind of easy, because the way I translate to the NBA is I'm a defender. The one thing I bring most to the team is defense. I'm a strong defender, and I'm a knockdown glue type of guy. And even with my team this year in the D-League, when I actually got a lot of looks and, you know, and talked to assistant GMs about call-ups and things like that, the biggest thing is that I'm the type of player that you don't need to run plays for, but I'll end up guarding the best defender and scoring double-digit points and knocking down those threes. Like, I see guys like Jimmy Butler and Danny Green and how Kawhi was until he matured into the player that he is now, as the type of player that I am, that a defensive guy that's going to guard the best player, and you don't have to run anything for me, but I'm able to knock down a three at a high rate, and I'm also I'm athletic.
That means he needs to come to New York, Gerald.
Hey, listen. You know what? With all due respect, I would say so, because the thing about New York, they've given, let's be honest, Teray Murray, Jeremy Lin. You had last year Chris Copeland. So, Gilbert, if you come to New York, you know one thing, you might lose a lot of games, but you definitely going to get paid. You're going to get paid by another team. You're going to get paid by another team. Right. In terms of playing in the summer, when you went through the whole process and stuff, what did you learn about that experience that you could perhaps share with Gilbert as he's continuing on his journey?
I love his comments about finding his niche in the NBA, defending, shooting, being a guy that can score points, because that comes out of a commodity that can score without having to play run for himself. Gil, you got the right idea. Your mind's in the right place. The tough part, you have to know your clock, man, and just know that each year that you're out, we're fighting against new kids, a new class of kids that are coming and trying to take our jobs and trying to get in, man. So just stay hungry, be yourself, continue to work, and just keep that same mindset, man, that, like, I had to defend, I had to do the little things, be a good locker room guy, and, you know, like those last impressions leaving camp on a good note comes back and will reward you later on. And, you know, it will be a team like possibly a Milwaukee or, a Doc later on down the line that will come around and give you that chance, man. And the best advice I can give you in basketball, man, is that we're all going to have opportunity. And in some situations, especially with the NBA, all we can ask for is opportunity. So when you get that, you have to make sure that you're all those things. And it could be a 2-minute, 5 minutes. It could be 15. You could be thrown in as a starter on a team. And just make sure you take advantage of the opportunity, man. Just believe in yourself and, live with the results, man. And I think that we get engulfed in, summer league and the draft and whatnot, and there's so much pressure. What do I have to do? Do I have to work hard? Do I do this? Am I shooting it well enough? Did I miss the shot? And, just make sure you give it all. Have your path, speak, be vocal, and then sleep with the results, man. If it wasn't meant to be or was meant to be, it's your time. And I'm saying this as a cat. Like, I played D-League ball. Coming out of college, I was nowhere on the draft board. I had to fight for everything I've had. I've gotten a multi-year deal in the league, and this year I've been sitting on the bench. So I got to wait my time. I have to grind and be great at my craft, man, and just continue to be better. Don't just be good enough, because if you're good enough and it's another vet that's good enough, I'm gonna take that vet. That's how they look at things, and you may come at a different value later on, and in another situation, you may come cheaper than this vet for his vet minimum is 1.2 million. You know what I'm saying? So just it's so much. It's a game behind the game, man. So just prove them beyond a shadow of a doubt. Scratch, claw, fight, whatever you have to do on the court. Be a good dude, man, and just stay with that motto. I love what the motto of a Kawhi, of a Danny, and is just getting out and working, man. Like it's about work. It's about a grind, man. Never lose that same grind that you had coming into the draft. Like, never get Hollywood, never stop working, because it's a lot of dudes out there that start feeling themselves, man. And once you start feeling yourself, you're done. And trust me, those dudes will fall. So in your grind, be you, man, and you're definitely going to have a bright future opportunity at this league.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Well said. Well said. Fife, go ahead, Fife.
So, Mr. Brown, how weird is it?
Yes.
How weird is it for the Pitt Panthers to be in the ACC?
Man, it's crazy. I'm a Big East guy all the way, and you see how the Big East teams came over to the ACC and dominated. But this whole conference thing, it's different, though. The brand of basketball that college is playing compared to when we were is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
It's not physical. It's nothing gearing them for the next level of basketball. I think sometimes when I watch. But it's interesting. You got new rivalries forming in the ACC with, Carolina, Duke playing Pittsburgh and Syracuse. You got Louisville coming in next year. And I think it's not by far yet the best basketball conference, because I think the Big Ten has stepped it up over the last couple years since I've been out of school. But it's going to be one of the premier leagues in college.
Right. Most definitely.
One thing I will say, Gilbert, is, again, I remember you playing with Pitt and, the whole model with Pitt Panthers and stuff, and that's been for years. Just physical, grind it out, tough. They got guys that, they don't have the big names and all that Hollywood stuff. They come in, they strap up, and they play defense. They play hard, they physical, and they're going to wear you down. So, I mean, it epitomizes what you're talking about. I've been a big fan of yours when you were at Pitt, and definitely, the words of wisdom that Ryan shared with you and stuff, definitely, it all boils down to a couple of things we always say with a lot of guys when we do a segment each year in the NBA draft, journey to the NBA as well as the journey to the NFL. We get guys for that is stay humble, stay hungry. We don't want to see you walk around with shades on at night, You're doing that now. You walk around with shades on at night, you know what I'm saying? And walk around, and we don't need to hear that. We see that from you. But listen, best wishes on everything you're going. How can people follow you and find out what you got going on and keep us up to date on everything?
You can follow me on Twitter at GBrown5. I usually post with my latest if I'm going to workouts and things like that. And other than that, I'm really a silent guy. I really don't be on the social media that much. But that's my Twitter and my Instagram name. But other than that, you'll see my name when I pop up in Summer League or whether I'm signing somewhere or where I'll be playing.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, do me a favor. I want you to do us a favor. When you get situated and everything with the Summer League, how things are going, definitely want you to come back on and keep us abreast how things are transpiring for you out there in the Summer League. And look, man, we're going to be pulling for you, all right? But don't get Hollywood now. Come back on the show and let us know how things are progressing for you.
Never that. I always stay humble.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Gilbert Brown joining us. Best wishes, brother. As Gilbert goes out of here, got another young man coming on here. UNC.
Yeah.
Come on,
yeah.
Wait, fight.
Yeah. Word up.
You would think Fife is back in the studio. They put that album together. I can't believe this right here. Joining us right now, UNC Tar Heel. He's getting ready for the NBA draft. Leslie McDonald joins us here on the Bottom Line Sports Show. Leslie, let me first and foremost, Gerald Brown here. You got the rap legend extraordinaire, Tribe Called Quest, Fife Dog. Also, NBA extraordinaire individual, UCLA Bruin to the fullest. Ryan Hollins joining us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed.
Right.
Man.
Right.
Now, I just want to say one thing, Ryan. I just sent you an email and stuff like that with the questions. So you jump in with the questions as well. We sent them to you as well on your email as well. But first and foremost,
why am I getting the questions so late, G? What's going on, man?
Come on, I mean, I understand. That's that California, see? You buy the sunlight, it's all the sun out there. We over here hard working, you know what I'm saying? We in Fife over here hard working, you know what I'm saying? We on this grind. You over there Hollywood or stuff. But, Leslie, as you head down the final week before the NBA draft, how much of your thoughts are really centered on what's going to happen next Thursday?
I mean, for me, I don't have the luxury as other guys in the top draft. For me, it's hard work. For me, it's business. So I'm out here training. I'm out here going hard just to get ready for my time. So if somebody does give me an opportunity, I'm there and I'm ready.
Yeah, no doubt. What up, Mr. McDonald? I see you. Now, I had to switch hats real quick, let them know what time it is. But
already,
how has the draft process been for you thus far?
Yo, Fife, where's your bro hat, yo?
I got one upstairs. Don't sweat that, Ryan. Don't sweat that. I got you.
Word.
That's what I mess with in the Pac-10. But right now it's all about.
Oh man, you all over the place, man.
I'm just saying, I like UCLA, and I don't root for nobody else in the Pac-10.
Corey, I take that.
No, UNC all day since I was 10 years old. But let me say the question one more time. Okay. How has the draft process been for you thus far?
It's definitely different. For you, you're your own man. It's different from college. College is more of a team orient. Now you're doing things on your own. You're promoting yourself. Of course, you got your agents and they're fighting for you. But basically, you don't have anybody just waking you up in the morning and telling you got to go train. You your own man, so you got to go out there and provide for yourself. If you want to get on that team, or if you want to, make that money, you got to go out there and do it yourself.
For sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brian.
I don't even see the questions, Joe. You say you send them. I think that's that East Coast internet, man. That's that Gmail account. That's that auto-tune coming through, man.
Send it to your Gmail account. And send it to your Gmail account. Come on, Ryan. I'll get you in the mix and stuff. What has been the latest you've heard from teams, and do you expect to be playing in both summer leagues, Orlando as well as Vegas? Did you hear me, Leslie?
I thought you was talking around, but just for the moment, right now it's just one call away. I just had a good workout with Charlotte Hornets, and I just been contacting my agents, making sure we on top of things. But for me, hopefully I get on the summer league. I don't know yet, but just waiting for the right call. If I get into a workout, I get in and try my hardest. But for right now, it's by here.
Are they officially the Hornets now? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No Bobcats?
Yeah.
The Hornets, man. Bobcats done.
That's good for the city, man. I was no longer drafted to a team then. They no longer exist.
Word. I saw you against Notre Dame last year, senior day, matter of fact.
Yeah.
But how weird was it to play against Notre Dame or have schools like Syracuse and Pittsburgh in the ACC? And do the basketball players enjoy going to play in the newer school arenas?
We enjoy it. Like, anytime, I can tell you for like 3 years straight, you playing the same teams. Other than conference play, you playing the same teams over and over again, and you going to the same. Other than Duke, don't put this in Duke, but other than Duke, but you playing in the same arenas all the time. But you get a chance to go out your conference, and they coming in your conference and playing in like the Carrier Dome and going to Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a fun experience because the Carrier Dome. I never expected that many people to be there, and it was just a high game, even though we got killed. I mean, it was a
I remember that game. Trust me, I remember that one.
It was a high intensity game, but it's just I'm pretty sure Notre Dame was happy to play us and come to Chapel Hill and play us in our facility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have to say one thing here on the Bottom Line Sports Show. Joe Brown, Ryan Hollins, Fife Dog, Leslie McDonald. I went to Cameron Indoor Stadium, and I have to say I'm very disappointed. I'm sorry. That thing is like a high school gym. I can't believe it. I'm like, yo, for real, come on. And I went to Carmichael Arena, and I was like, maybe they should allow him play over there. So I'm like, that's a big enough arena. That's the old arena. And I was like, yo, this is unacceptable. I thought it was just really unacceptable.
Well, to be honest though, G, I mean, obviously I'm not a Duke fan, but I like the intimacy of that particular gym. But as long as we beat them there, as well as the Dean Dome, I'm cool.
Yeah. Hey, look, listen. I don't care if it's a high school gym. I don't care if it's the biggest gym in America. If we playing Duke, we got to bring our A game, and we trying to get that win. That's what counts.
Well, what's your young fellow? What's your record with Duke all time?
Let me see. If it's not even, then we're up. I can't count it, but I think my record we're up. But
I take it.
Yeah.
Are you playing in the Bluff Classic this year? Are you going back to Memphis and playing there?
I see. People been telling me about the Bluff City, and obviously, I mean, if you in Memphis, you should go play because it's a great experience. But I don't know if
I'm done playing, Leslie. I'm done. I just had.
Can you hoop?
Brother.
Gee.
Brother. I don't let it fool you and stuff. I just had. I
ain't know, G.
I had surgery. Yesterday.
No, but can you?
He said yesterday.
I did. I had surgery. I had my arthroscopic knee surgery on my right knee yesterday.
Could you?
Okay.
I'm too old for that.
No, at one point in time, could you hoop, G?
Yes.
Like D1 hoop.
Yes.
Like, where?
UAB. Stanley Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, it was decent.
Where your crutches, G? Where your crutches, G? You had surgery. Where your crutches at?
If you have,
calling them out.
If you have if you have arthroscopic surgery, you don't have crutches and stuff.
I've had it before. I came out on crutches.
I got staples in my knee right now. I just had surgery yesterday.
See, I just love this because we're not on radio. Like, I can see you right now. You can't hide. I can see you. Ryan, what advice do you have for Leslie as he's starting his NBA journey? And again, he's a young man, and he's going to have to work for everything he gets. And you've been in that situation to work and really work, and it paid off for you. What pieces of advice would you have for this young man in terms as he starts his NBA journey? Well, we talked about this earlier with a young fella. He has it pretty much figured out. But within the draft, work as hard as you can. Leave everything on the table. If I'm a coach, one thing I look for is what can you do that translates over to the next level. So are you a great shooter? Are you a great defender? Do you run the team? Whatever you do what you do well. And you'll find that's how guys have longevity in the NBA. And if I'm a GM, if I'm a coach, that's what I'm looking for you. If you're a defender, you're a shooter, obviously, you have to be a good enough player to be on the floor. But just your little things, like find your niche. Like, what is it that you do? If I'm a distributor, I pass the ball. I'm going to get you 19, 20 assists. I defend. I'm going to guard the best player. I pick up 94 feet every single time. I'm a rebounder. I'm going to get you 20 rebounds. So whatever it is, be that player. Mm-hmm. And we all go from, stars in college or, we're that dude. You know what I'm saying? We score, we do everything, and you get the NBA. And I know you heard it before, but, like, really, really find your niche, dude. So, like, you got to pick up 94 feet. You got to deny ball. Like you have to be relentless, man. And, just getting on, like, you got to, like, really embody that. So as I'm the GM or I'm the coach and I'm sitting in my meetings and say, well, what does he do? He defends. What does he do? He can shoot. He shot the hell out of the ball. Like, make them have to be able to say that. Make them know that you're a workhorse, and that game would translate over.
For sure.
Yo, I got one more question, yo.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Five.
How did you feel about the comments made by Rashad McCants?
This the big one. You was waiting for this one.
I forgot about it.
You answered it on CSX. I said, you know what, I'm gonna leave you alone about it. But you know what, Fife is he die hard.
That was his opinion. He was speaking on behalf of himself. He can't speak on behalf of other players because he's not other players. For me, my road to getting my degree was different. I never heard of anything. My road to getting my degree, I had to earn it. Like during that time, teachers be like, you do. They don't want you. They don't want to give you special treatment like everybody else. But at the end of the day, if that's how he wanted to paint his picture, so be it.
No doubt.
I don't think Reggie Bullock went to class. I played the Reggie. I don't think he went to class.
Listen. Reggie went to class. Now, him obtaining the information, now that's his fault.
Hey. Oh man.
Hey, that's crazy. Fife. again, for a big sports fan, you're diehard Tar Heel fan. What advice would you have for this young man, especially being in the realm of having success and being able to chase your dreams and stuff? What advice would you offer to him?
Focus, focus, focus. You already got your degree. You'll just be another Carolina dude making it into the NBA, unlike them other dudes in Durham. And we good. Bottom line, we good. Dun, 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 dun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, Leslie, listen, man. All right, look, continued success in all that you do, man. And listen, I really want to say first and foremost, I appreciate you because you came on in Sirius XM, and it was right after it happened, and you didn't shy away from that, and I salute you, brother, because again, it was never about trying to put you in an uncomfortable situation at all.
Yeah, it was.
You know, one of the things about this platform is that, you know what, again, it's all of us are on a journey. It's different paths and stuff, but we all on a journey, and it's understanding that journey that everybody's traveling, and you know what, we definitely want to salute you and applaud you, and look, best wishes on that. Do us a favor. Come back on this show. Keep us updated on how Summer League is progressing and what's the next phase, man. And I want you to come back on here. And don't come on here with no shades on or anything like that. So I ain't holding a bottle of Ciroc. We don't want you doing that. I don't want that.
Nah, I'm chilling. I'm good. I'm good on that.
All right, man. I'll make sure of that. Best wishes, man. We keep talking. We look forward to talking to you real soon.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Leslie McDonald. Hey, you know, Ryan, a hilarious guy, man. Fife, I don't understand this guy, Fife. I don't understand this guy, Fife. I really don't.
Fife, man.
What's up?
I'm just calling names out, man. I'm just calling how I see it, man.
But you know what? I want to get back to asking you guys both that because I just look at it from the standpoint that we got a little sidetracked in terms of just how you look at the NBA draft that's coming up, and that's almost the equivalent of Fife. You're getting in a situation where you get ready a guy that's unproven asks you to come and be on his album or do a track on his album. That's the equivalent of a guy that's might have potential. He doesn't have the longevity in the game. As opposed to a situation where, like Ryan, we were saying before, you got these guys that's unproven, Ryan. You're in a situation where you're chasing a championship. You want a kid that comes in that's perhaps maybe 1 year out, that's not even prepared physically, let alone mentally, for the game?
It depends what team I have, man. I may have a team and I need to fill a need where I need a guy to be a starter. I need him to play minutes. And like I said before, you may have a team where you can afford for a guy with a lot of potential to be able to sit and be ready in the next 3 or 4 years. So it just built upon team needs. You know, you could be stacked at a position and you have two guys whose contracts are up. So you get a kid you may say, okay, he's 1 year, 2 years out of, being ready to play, being ready to get the role. So that's why you see the teams, it's kind of positioned so the worser teams, have the opportunity at those higher draft picks because, they're able to fill those needs. And a team like, the Lakers, when they were rolling, they didn't even use draft picks. Like, they traded them all away, like, rookie for what, So it just all depends on the team. And then you see a team like San Antonio that gets a 30-year-old guy from Spain or Argentina, and they come in and hoop,
Well, those are guys that are proven. Fife, I mean, you want a guy that's proven. You're not going to put yourself on a track that's whack, right? You want that proven commodity.
No.
Like we said before
wait.
about the
Fife, if you could have, let me cut him off. Fife, if you could have hopped on a track with Drizzy right now, how golden would that be right now? The young Drizzy. The Drizzy we ain't know. You know what I'm saying?
I like Drizzy. That'll be hot. That'll be hot.
Like, right? Like, looking back, I really respect
I'd have to hear some stuff. If he was just out, I'd have to hear some stuff. And for me, if the production ain't hitting, I'm not.
Yeah, he's coming legit. Like his very first mixtape or whatever, the one that blew away. Like yo, this kid is legit. He's got a lot of potential. He may not be there yet, but like, yo, this is gonna blow. Like, he's legit. I'm gonna hop on that.
He was dope from jump. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But how many Drakes did you have? You see, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, they come few and far and few between.
Exactly. There's not
new
too many.
MCs every year, man.
No, but see, that's the thing.
But the key thing that I saw what Fife said, right, is he said if I see a kid that's hot, the production is right, I would very much consider hopping on the track with him, and I wouldn't disrespect it. He wouldn't just walk away going, yo, you ain't 2 or 3 albums in, you know what I'm saying, with the label and everything before I got to get on the track with you.
Listen, I think that, you know what, it's going to go back to a point that, you know, you start putting on this, not on the players, but the general managers, to pick the guys for the best fit for their team. Like you talked about San Antonio. The beauty of the San Antonio Spurs is that R.C. Buford has been able to pick guys and surround them around, like, first of all, you look at the 2 pieces that they picked in, let's say, the last 25 years plus, they've had 2 guys that essentially has helped their team for the last 20 years and been able to build around them. First David Robinson and then Tim Duncan. To be able to pick guys around them from Ginobili to Parker, you know, and then bring in the necessary pieces. How many teams we've seen that have high draft picks?
Does his homework.
That constantly there. Case in point. That's why you have Philadelphia always in the NBA draft lottery. You have the Cleveland Cavaliers always there. It's very, very difficult. And I think the focus. That's
different, yo. That's different.
But the focus should be on the play. But the evaluating of the players should be on the coach.
After the draft, it comes down to. Yes, true. But after the draft, it comes down to player development. Now, I have no excuse when you pick a guy who's kind of cuckoo before, and then he goes cuckoo after. Now, that's just stupid, but, like, after a certain point, it falls on the player in a sense of player development and how they come around and, you know, how they focus. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of dudes that look really, really great in the draft, but, you know, they don't always produce or they don't get that time, you know. I mean, it's the draft, man. Like, it's rolling dice. Like, after a certain point, you never, like, really know. Like, think about it. Like, Kevin Durant went second to Greg Oden, like he said earlier, but at the same time, they were willing to risk on a big man with some back issues, with a leg a little shorter than the other one, you know, but the reward would have been a whole lot greater. You know, Emeka Okafor and Dwight Howard, you know, because Emeka was the clear-cut #1, but they saw those back issues and said, yeah, you know, we might take this young kid from Atlanta. He could jump out the gym and dunk everything, you know, but Emeka at the time in college was getting 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 blocks a game, you know.
Yeah, you're right. What you know about dice? You grew up in Malibu, man. I'll be making a dice reference here. I want to ask you guys. I want to ask you guys, get your thoughts and opinions here on the Bottom Line Sports Show. Gerald Brown, Ryan Hollins, Fife Dog, every Wednesday night here on the Bottom Line Sports Show. I want to ask you this, and Fife, I wrote it as a question for Ryan, but I want to get your take on this as well. You know, could the NBA handle a player with the hype like a Tim Tebow, as well as a guy like Johnny Manziel? I mean, everything is really centered around Johnny Manziel. Fife, could the NBA handle a player like that, the hype with a player like that? You know, we haven't had a player like that that basically was unproven.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have. He just came in a different sense. Jeremy Lin?
Yeah, but that didn't.
But that was after the fact. I'm talking about from draft.
True.
It was just in a different sense. It was in a different sense. In a sense more, because he appealed to, like, this dude was on SportsCenter more than Kobe, LeBron. Like, it was wild. Linsanity.
Yeah, you got a point, but it didn't last that long. It didn't last that long.
No.
You know what I mean? Because now nobody's talking about him in Houston. So I think that had a lot to do with the city in which he was given that chance, New York.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
and they still
no disrespect to Houston, because I love Houston, but their media is not as cruel or gung ho like, say, New York or Philadelphia.
Yeah. But you know, if Ryan could the NBA handle the Johnny Manziel? I mean, every time you turn on ESPN,
what do you mean? Because the NBA is looking for that. Like, I mean, that's so great, because the NBA is about money, and that's money coming to the NBA. That's money coming to the NFL. That's jerseys sold. That's butts in the seat. Whether this guy's played or not, he's already guaranteed you money. He's paid for his contract already.
But I'm saying, from a player standpoint, do you think players will have more resentment because he's getting a lot of extra attention? Like, I remember the whole Jeremy Lin. A lot of
Well,
people.
You know what?
We at his head.
You know what? If you're winning, winning cures everything.
That's true.
Look at LeBron. LeBron got a lot of hype like that coming out of high school.
For the NBA, I agree. Go ahead.
He pretty much carried Cleveland to the finals, although they got swept. But when did they get there before? Never. Because Craig Elo couldn't stick Jordan. Gerald Wilkins couldn't stick Jordan. You know what I'm saying? They never really got there. They were almost there, but Mark Price couldn't do it all alone. You know what I'm saying? But when LeBron got there, he had all that hype. He ended up living up to expectations, and he got him there. Now, what about the hype when he left? NBA still was able to handle that in so many ways. So I think they can handle something like that.
The NBA wants something like that. Like, from the NBA standpoint, yeah. From a player's standpoint, I don't think you want that hype. As a player, you want to be under the radar, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But as the NBA, like, that's great. Like, they're sending people over there. They're creating opportunities for him. The NBA went against their rules and threw Jeremy Lin in the rookie sophomore game after 4 games, and I think he like made the skills competition too. It's great. It's about money.
Mm-hmm. You're right about that. I remember that. They threw him in there because, again, but I just wonder if how much resentment would it go towards that. Now, I want to ask you this. You guys out there in California, and Fife, you're Northern California, and Ryan, you're Southern California. You got the Clippers, you got the Lakers, you got the Stanley Cup champs, the LA Kings in hockey, you got the Angels, the Dodgers. You know, there have been talks about an NFL team out there. You know, I think one of the owners said that within 5 years you see an NFL team out there. Could LA support an NFL team? Would really people buy into it? I mean, you got so many different things going on out there.
I think they can. I honestly do.
Yeah.
LA is a huge city, man, and LA loves their sports. So, I mean, the Clippers came a long way. You know what I'm saying? Being under the Lakers for so long now, they're pretty much on top of the Lakers, so to speak, as far as wins and losses the last few seasons. So if they could support the Clippers the way they've been, oh yeah, Billy Crystal and Penny Marshall will be at the football games, fam.
What I would like to see is I would like to see Jacksonville or like Minnesota come over, like a team that's already in existence, you know, with players that are already out there, you know, proving it and getting it and build from there, rather than, you know, in the form of an expansion team, you know, because LA could just eat an expansion team like all the way up, and then, you know, they're going to be bitter because they're not the Raiders, you know. But I think if you come in with a team that already has fans, already has a market, it could definitely be a huge thing. And you got to do it right, you know, like how Magic took over the Dodgers. He came in, he did it right. So I think it will be that same type scenario with the football team coming in.
But I'm going to ask you this, though. I mean, and Fife, Northern California is a little bit different because I think with the closest NHL franchise is San Jose, and you still don't have the whole mix. You got the A's, and that's pretty much it. But, you know, in Southern California, Ryan, you got the Clippers, you got like I said before, the Angels, the Dodgers. Which fan base would you think would really suffer, Ryan, if an NFL franchise came there? Which fan base would really suffer? And I'm not even mentioning the LA Galaxy, let alone the LA Sparks.
We don't care about soccer out here, man. Basketball makes the money, man. Basketball and football. We don't really care about baseball like that. Baseball is cool. It's about basketball. It's about basketball and football. That's what you really want to see.
Yo, G.
Entertainment.
Think about the USC fans as well as the UCLA.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gosh.
Like the NFL will do well in LA, man, because it's just that market
He just doesn't want to see it because the Jets are not good.
Hey! Woo!
Disappointment.
Hold on.
Squad, yo.
Hold on.
The Jets
that
are
is
the
my
same
team.
Jets.
We're not going to disrespect Gang Green.
Look, I'm a Niner, and we went through some
cool. I got you. Ronnie Lott, Montana, love is love.
No.
I'm
talking Alex Smith, yo. We went through some hard times, yo. So because the team in New York and the Giants ain't doing as hot as they should be or did, you know what I'm saying? Don't think that LA don't deserve a team, son. We deserve it.
I think LA deserves a team. I definitely do. Because besides, the other thing I was going to say, remember they had the Rams, they had the Raiders at one point, and the fans came out for both of those teams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this one team, if they get it, that's going to be crazy.
I like what Magic did, man. Magic has to do it. You got to do it right. You can't do it wrong in LA because they're going to, like New York, they're going to crucify you. You got to do it right. We come in it, we do it right, LA's going to be behind it.
Magic will be a part of that football franchise. I guarantee you that.
G can match, and then let's put it, I'm coming back to you.
I'm not a Jags fan. You see with my helmet, my loyalty lies with my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it.
Even with the orange popsicle uniforms?
Yes, but you know what? I must confess. I went there when I saw a coach that looked like me, and that was Tony Dungy. And I've been there ever since. And I'm in Lovey we trust. That's what I'm saying. In Lovey we trust. That's what I'm about. Lovey Smith.
G, are you questioning that Magic couldn't bring football to LA?
I'm not questioning it. I think you know what the Rams.
No, I'm asking you. It's a yes or no. Can Magic bring football to LA?
I don't know. It's at some point though, Ryan. It's at some point.
Horrible.
At some point,
horrible.
It's busting at the seams. You have so many things going on in LA. I don't know if people will support it out there.
They will, man. They will.
I don't know.
You don't think Magic can do it? You're calling out Magic Johnson because that's what I'm asking. You don't think Magic can do it? He did it in baseball. Gerald doesn't believe Magic can bring football to LA. He did it with baseball.
As long as Donald T. Sterling is not owning the football team, it's all goody.
It's none of that at all. Here on the Bottom Line Sports Show, Ryan Hollins, fight on Gerald Brown. Guys, I want to get to a serious subject that transpired over the yesterday, and it was very, very. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. The past baseball great, San Diego native, LA native, former, and actually was drafted by the Clippers, and that being Tony Gwynn. Just your thoughts, Brian. Again, you're a California native in terms of just Tony Gwynn. From the standpoint of, this is a guy that actually played at San Diego State, also started basketball as well as baseball.
Man, it's sad, man. I'm a huge, always have been a huge Tony Gwynn fan. Very sad to see him go. From what I take from this, what hits me the biggest about this is that I understand what it was from chewing tobacco or the cancer. And I mean, I just think like let's put an awareness out, man. It might be cigarettes, whatever it is, but like we're sad, we're all distraught because we lost someone, and I don't believe it was his time to go, man. So I know chewing tobacco comes as the habit, or it's just kind of part of the culture. But like let's have a culture change, man, because I don't want to lose that next guy at in his 50s, in his 40s, in his 60s, whatever it may be, to cancer when it's not his time to go.
Yeah, well said. And Fife, again, he's considered perhaps the greatest hitter in our generation.
Oh, yeah.
And we've been talking about, like Ryan had mentioned, about the tobacco, in Major League Baseball, it's been synonymous with the chewing tobacco, the players smoking cigarettes. I mean, that's been a part of the game. Is this one of those times where the game needs to step up now, first and foremost, and perhaps look to do something in terms of just banning chewing tobacco?
Yeah, they definitely need to look into that, because when you have a great like that and he passes on, and before he even passed on, he was letting it known what the problem was, why he had the cancer, so forth and so on. So I think everybody needs to take that into consideration. My heart and my prayers go out to his family, his son who plays for the Phillies. You know what I mean? So I think they do need to ban that tobacco, though, man. For real, because we don't want to lose nobody else. I mean, steroids have been a problem the last few decades or whatever, but we don't need to add another problem. We need to nip that in the bud as soon as possible.
Yeah. I don't know if you can necessarily ban it. Maybe you ban it on the field or in a gameplay. But
yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, okay. I'm definitely with that. And it's tough, man, because those kids, like, they walk like us, like they talk like us, they emulate like everything down to the shoes and the socks on our feet, man. So if you're chewing tobacco, that next bright star might pass on before it's time, man. So it's possibly, it's time for a change on that. And you see your favorite player chewing tobacco, you're gonna do that, more than likely. So it's definitely an example for the kids, man. And it's just really sad, man. It wasn't his time. I don't believe. And one of the true greats, man. And I mean, hands down, man, all around, man. Very sad.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy that San Diego lost two of their biggest icons in a matter of years.
Man.
Yeah. Well said.
And Tony Gwynn. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's well said. You know what, guys? I want to stay with that theme. I want to touch back a little bit more on the draft before we get on out here at 10:30 and stuff. And really just appreciate all the insight you guys give. We got some questions that came in. I want to get you guys to answer these questions that came over via Twitter. But the Redskins, the United States Patent Service, decided to really do away with the trademark rights for the Washington Redskins. They finally stepped in and taken away that from there. Are we closer, Fife? We're coming closer to the NFL forcing Dan Snyder to change the name of the Washington Redskins?
I think so. I think it's coming real soon. I don't know about this season, but I think next off season it may very well happen. I'm kind of sad because I'm used to hail to the Redskins, all of that. At the same time, I'm an Eagles fan, so I ain't really worried about them like that. But I think Snyder needs to get off that high horse, change it. It's offensive, and just move on. He's a billionaire. What you holding on to that for? You know what I mean?
Ryan, before you answer that, I'm just a little baffled. And Fife, we gotta work on this, fam, because you started with the Knicks hat, you come on with the Carolina hat, you calling out the Jets and Giants, but you're loving the
I never said I was a Giants fan. I never said I was a Giants fan. Get it right. Get it right. Get it right. Get it right.
You protected them, and then all of a sudden you claim
I didn't protect the Giants.
You said the Redskins. You protect the Jets. The Jets. But then you called out the Redskins song, and then you said you're an Eagles fan.
I like the Jets and the Eagles. What do you want from me?
But you gotta be loyal to one team.
Listen, hold on. If they meet in the Super Bowl, I'm going for the Jets.
Do you like the
49ers? Hold on. I'm a Laker fan. I'm a Knicks fan. If they both meet in the finals, I'm going for the Knicks unless Magic and Worthy is playing.
Yo,
okay?
Fight.
Bottom line. Bottom line sports show. Right. Bottom line.
Fight. Are you a Niner fan with me too?
Huh?
Because if you're a Niner fan with me too, I'm good with it.
I respect what they've done as a franchise.
No, a fan.
I'm not saying I'm a Niner fan. I respect what they've done through the years as a franchise. I'm a Ronnie Lott fan. I'm a Joe Montana fan. But I love my Eagles. I love my Jets.
We want you to rep for the team. You can rep for the team.
Huh?
We're asking you to rep for the team, yo.
I have no problem. It's all good. But if they play in the Jets, nah. If they play in the Eagles, nah.
I can't
so you can rep for the team.
I'm not repping for them.
What?
We know you're not repping for them. I'm asking Fife to be a Niners fan officially right now from the Niner Nation. Can you be a Niners fan too?
They gotta pay me, son. They gotta pay me.
Ryan Hollins over there. Hey, Ryan, get it back to it. Have we come to a point where, you know what, this has been an ongoing story? And, I mean, again, when you saw the whole situation transpire and with the Clippers situation with Sterling, now you got this Redskins situation, and now this has been something that's been going on for 8 years. There could be an appeal in the process. But is it come to a point now that they need to change this name?
Yeah, man. And like Richard Sherman, he's the first one I think of. Like, he's such a beast for that. He's such a beast because they asked him if the NFL would make a move or change or something. He's like, we still have a team called the Redskins. We can't talk right now. He's an animal, man. He's such an intellectual. They need to change the name, man. You know, when you think about it, you never think about it. Does it hit you? But does it hit you? Because if they were the black skins or the white skins, like the yellow skins, I mean, you change it in a heartbeat. And it's actually like an Indian dude, like, on there. I mean, you have to change that, man.
Well, you know, I thought about this, and I mean, again, I don't want to sound crazy, but you look at Florida State, the Florida State Seminoles. I think that they had basically gotten, they have gotten approval by the Seminole tribe and have those individuals be able to say, you know what, they're okay with them, using the name. And the Redskins, but I don't know if this has come up in a long time. This obviously has been something that's been on the table, and it's clearly offensive. But I kind of see where Dan Snyder's coming from, because when he bought the team, it's not like he all of a sudden had his name when he bought the team. It's not like since the team's inception he was the owner and he changed the name there. I do understand that it's offensive, but maybe there's a meaning somewhere, because there's a history there. There's never been any, offensive remarks or anything. There's been a history there with that name, and it might be a little difficult to just really get rid of. But I mean, still in all,
I think we should get rid of the Patriots too, or change the symbol.
Why is that?
Why does it have to be a white dude, and it's in a 3-point stance? Why is that the Patriot? The land of the free, right? Free opportunity in America. I think they should have a black, a Latino, an Asian representative for the Patriots. You just see the white guy in a 3-point stance. I know that's maybe the majority in Boston, but I mean, right? Why is that a Patriot? Right?
I think I think in Fife, right? I think that you can find something wrong with everything. I think that again, we had about 5.
I don't think so. I don't think I don't think so. I think that's pretty direct. Why does the white guy have to be a patriot? With all due respect, I think it should be all. That's what America. We have a black president, possibly Latino president coming in some time, and an Asian president at some point in time. So I don't think that's a patriot. I don't think that should be a patriot, or he shouldn't have a color. The dude, he should be orange.
That's true, because remember when we were talking about 9/11 and the Patriots ended up winning, Robert Kraft said it himself, "We are all patriots." He wasn't just talking about one particular individual. He was talking about everybody on a whole. So maybe they do need to change that. I never even thought of that, but that's
it's a very great point. I mean, they actually had before that was just the helmet. They did away with it. I think they have updated their helmet logo and stuff, but I do remember that. That's back when the
And it's funny because that's the Patriot logo I like, the old one with the guy in the 3-point stance.
Yeah.
That's the one I like. I hate the new logo, but either way, it shouldn't be just a white guy.
Yeah. It should be, or let them be like blue. There's no blue humans,
Well,
right?
color them something.
Yeah.
You're right. So, guys, before we get out of here, I know we got some draft stuff we wanted to talk about, but definitely save that for perhaps next week. I want to ask you guys both some questions in terms of just really, I guess, some of the questions that came in. Again, we asked people to throw it out, ask Fife, and ask Ryan on Twitter as well as Facebook. You, Ryan.
Yeah, G, I want to hear like the worst. Let's just hear the worst questions. Don't go for the best. Let's just hear the worst questions you gotten, because I know you have some bad questions. And let's call out their Twitter handle. Let's hear the worst questions.
He said, do you think that Yasiel Puig will he be the biggest star in LA? Hands down.
When Kobe like goes away for generations, like he won't even be bigger than Magic. Like, not a chance.
Yeah.
Kobe's not even bigger than Magic. And Magic ain't played in years. He's up there though.
Yeah.
He did closest.
Yeah, I started a little mini riot last week when I was saying that Tim Duncan would replace Magic and Bird on the NBA Mount Rushmore. And
Why would you do that?
Fife,
Why would you do that?
This was before he won his 5th championship. And
why would you do that?
It was just a fact. Just a fact, Ryan. He won 5 championships.
A
fact.
A fad?
A fact.
No, that's not a fact. No, that's not, and you still believe this. What's wrong with you?
What are you talking about?
You?
Tim Duncan has 5 championships. He's played longer. He's played defense. Magic Johnson never played any defense. He never guarded no point guards. Larry Bird has only won 3 championships, and he hasn't played as long as Tim Duncan.
Yo, Fife, like he really has passion in his voice behind saying this.
He really does.
Yo, look at it. Yo, Gerald, I can see you.
Wow.
Yo, Fife, let me get the Fife question in. Fife, Question came in from Stephen Miller. He asked if you had a choice to trade in all the success you have from rapping and music to be a athlete, professional athlete. Which one would you be, and which choice would you make?
I'd actually trade in my so-called hip-hop celebrity for being a analyst broadcaster, more so than an athlete. If it's all about being an athlete, I'd stay with the hip-hop. I didn't grow any. Everybody can't be Muggsy Bogues, man. You know what I mean?
Oh.
But I could be Fife Musburger. Promise you that.
Oh.
Oh man, but again, so just wanted to get some questions that came. But wait, I have to get back and defend myself here, Ryan, in terms of just the whole thing with Duncan and
God.
You're out of control. He's a great team player. Those are individuals.
The man played on a team that was ready-made for a championship.
He's a great team player. There's difference.
Can I bring this to an end right now?
Accolade to a team player, please.
Can I bring this to an end right now?
Oh, end him, yo. End this, please.
So we talking about Mount Rushmore, right?
Yes.
Let's just add Tim Duncan to the Mount Rushmore. Man. You're not taking off Magic. You're not taking off Bird. Bottom line. The dude, Magic won a high school championship, Michigan State, rookie year with the Lakers. Yeah. He's on Mount Rushmore. He's staying.
How many Hall of Famers did he play with?
Huh?
How many Hall of Famers did he play with?
James Worthy is one.
Okay,
Kareem,
Cooper. You might want to throw Cooper in there.
Cooper's not a Hall of Famer.
I can't believe you, dog.
I would like to put him in the Hall of Fame.
I can't
Cooper
believe
has not been in the Hall of Fame.
Yo.
So
I cannot believe this.
Who passed him the ball?
Can you tell me one point guard that Magic guarded?
Okay, fine. But
who
passed him the ball in order to get the fast break points? They named Showtime after him. It was dull time.
That's why we have basketball on TV, live television now. Because of
he got Bob McAdoo a title. He got Jamal Wilkes a title. He got Michael Thompson a title.
David Stern helped him get a title.
He doesn't want to hear you, yo.
David Stern ain't shooting a passing. David Stern ain't shooting a passing.
Now,
he can't individually pass up Kobe.
Listen, Bird.
And you didn't even name Kobe.
I'm not. Bird
Kobe would make it there before he would.
Bird, and listen, Kobe had Shaq. Shaq helped Kobe as much as anything.
Without Shaq.
Duncan with a bad knee. 3 years
Duncan
ago.
played 10 minutes a game.
And he still averaged a double-double. He still averaged a double-double.
Listen, I ain't saying he doesn't belong on Mount Rushmore
5 rings.
or the Hall of Fame.
He doesn't belong on Mount Rushmore, and he's a great team player. I'm not giving him individual accolades now.
Here's where I disagree, because when David Robinson was there, they wasn't winning nothing. He got there, he got him there. Period.
He did.
So I will put him on Mount Rushmore. I will. I'm not gonna lie. 5 titles with a bunch of different dudes. Now the last 3 titles is with Parker, Ginobili. I'd give him that. But what about before they got there? Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson played for the whole NBA and didn't win nothing until Tim got there.
I'm not shooting anything down. I'm not shooting anything down, but I don't want to put this guy individually in the top 4. He's a great team player, the greatest power forward to ever play the game. But you don't put Kobe individually on there? We're talking individual.
No.
And he has the rings to back it up.
Yes, you do. I agree with you.
No,
I'm saying add them on Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore has to be more than 4 because Kobe belongs on there.
No.
Yes.
Gerald, you're out of control, Gerald.
O'Neal belongs on there as well.
I'm taking
Robert Horry. Let's put Robert Horry on there. He's got rings.
Now that's funny. That's
what Gerald's saying.
Yo,
honorable mention, yo.
Listen, I'll tell you this. Hey, Ryan, in honor of you coming on the show tonight, look what I got here.
Hey,
look what I got here. See?
Hey, I don't even know how you got that, but hey.
See? My kids actually was out at the Game 6 of the Clippers and the OKC Thunder.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate it.
Hey,
I really feel like part of the team.
Yo, but my son actually got up on the jumbotron. He was up on the jumbotron.
Let me know. Thanks for letting me know. Appreciate it, yo. New York to LA love, man. Appreciate it, man. It's all family.
So, Ryan, you know what? As we come to the closure of the show, tell everybody the things you got going on. Again, you're a man of many hats and stuff. You figured out how to put the RH number 15 on the side, over which you prepared with the microphone. You got the Beats headphones. I know you got a restaurant. You do a lot of things.
For myself, man, I'm just trying to be so much more than a ball player. Looking outside of basketball while playing it. So if it's not the restaurant, it's not pursuing my career in broadcasting. Doing ESPN 710 LA, coaching AAU basketball on the weekends, giving back to the community, family man, taking care of my children, husband, trying to be a great husband. You just all the way around, man. And it's people to know me beyond the ball player, beyond the thing, beyond the hard work that I put in on the floor, and just branding and letting people know who I am, Ryan Hollins, and check me out, the Ryan Hollins on Twitter, Ryan-Hollins.com, the website. I throw the best basketball camp. You hear me? The best basketball camp in the NBA, hands down, no question with that. I dare anyone to challenge it. I'm just me, man. I'm giving my message back. So I just want to give to everyone what I was once taught. I'm not recreating the wheel, anything different, and just giving what I was given, man. Because growing up, I always wanted somebody to give back to me, somebody to show me how it was done, and I was blessed enough to get there. So now it's my chance to give back.
Yeah, that's well said, man. And when are the dates of the camp?
August 4th through the 7th, and you can check it out at Ryan-Hollins.com. All the information is there. Sign up early. This camp is getting better and better each year. Like I said, it's the best camp in the NBA. I dare someone to challenge it. I dare somebody, anybody, LeBron, Cole, whoever has it. MJ's camp is the best. We do it right in Pasadena, homegrown. You would never get that experience anywhere else. Early.
We gotta make sure we get that on Sirius XL. We get you back on there and promote that because, you said before, it's the best camp that's out. Fife, good Father's Day. How was your Father's Day spent, Fife?
It was good. My son graduated right before that, and then we had a picnic for him on Saturday before Father's Day. So Father's Day was real good, man.
Beautiful, man. Congratulations on both you guys. I said before, again, Ryan thought I was joking and stuff. I did have surgery on my right knee yesterday and stuff. And
can I see one thing that shows, because I can see it, that you had surgery. I just got to see one thing that makes me and Fife believe, yo.
That I had surgery?
Yo, he's telling the truth.
I had knee surgery yesterday, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you what I got. I got a football player's mentality, okay? I got the Jack Youngblood mentality. I can still suit up and play, coach, on a banged up knee. I'm good for a couple of plays. I'm not like an NBA basketball player said, I'm sitting on the sidelines fight with a headache. I'm not doing that. I'm repping the Bottom Line Sports Show to the fullest, all right?
Right.
Neither rain nor sleet nor snow will ever stop the Bottom Line Sports Show. I'm going to take me some Percocet after this, and I'm going to be great.
Yo.
Hey, listen.
Hey, Fife.
What up?
Get that hit like a hot 16 or hot 8, yo.
Come on, man.
Because you know what? He's the beast, dog. He's the beast. I'm just a fan, dog. I'm a fan, man. Much respect, dog. Much respect. This is what he do. It's like if we were a basketball player, you'd be like, yo, Ryan, go dunk it for me. I'm like, yo, give me a windmill or something, you know?
All right, real quick. You ready?
Yeah, yo.
Wait.
Already. Yeah.
I spit that 192/Linden Boulevard. Roll dice, get nice, build with the guard. Sip on the Guinness. Talk about this rhyme. Melo on the Knicks, D'Antoni got the axe in LA, kid. Far just loves attention. Kurt Warner, he was nice, kid. Keisha Cole, Fly fan, with without the gap and Ice Cube, Barbershop. Damn, he's such a fine chick. Nia versus Pam Grier versus any chick. Which Kardashian would you holler at first, kid? Fox Book, Nicki Minaj, yo, who's the nicest? Right there, it's understood. Light is still legend, kid. You doesn't know it's understood. Latifah's still queen of this. Money love.
See, that's
Penelope, June 5th. That's at 3 and 4. Trina's still the baddest. Yo, get mommy, my forever rap supreme chick. Classic Common Cube feud. 50 verse Ja Rule. Sean Carter, Nas, Chris Parker versus whoever, dude. Eminem said it wasn't fair. Pac, wish you were here. Has it been how many years? I miss Big L. I miss Big Pun. I miss ODB, a.k.a. A-Son. B.I.G. Aaliyah, Left Eye, JMJ, Heavy Day. Recognize they ain't do this in vain. But back to the matter, hit the matter at hand. Fight at it again, here to raise you boys to men. Like that group out of Philly. Yes, I gets busy. Some not feel me because I speak too freely. F of Lotions, I'm Hootie. Never been wussy. But if I couldn't do me, then I'd be labeled Sugarcoat Nathan. F you then, sue me.
Let's go.
By George, you still got it.
Hey, you never lost it, man. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. This is what music is missing right now.
Yeah,
I saw Karen Rich one about a month ago at Red Lobster out here in Jersey, man. I told him, I said, you know what? I don't care. This new music that's out here, it don't have nothing there. I'm sorry. New York ain't repping no more. We got New York dudes coming out with music that sound like they out from down south or whatever. And that's disrespect. New York sound was official, and it's not there no more. It's not there, and I don't care. They talk about, oh, you can't change the time. Classic music always carries over. So whatever piping you guys made back then, it's still hot because you know what? Classic music just translates, or it transitions with time. It's all there, man. I'm sorry.
True.
Hey, but feel this though. Just food for thought. I want to hear what you think. Like, I feel like that's on like. That's on the New York artist to pass the torch, and like Jay try to put on J. Cole like a cat from North Carolina. Like, I feel like obviously he don't feel like he need to support young men with Bleak and all that, but like he needs one of these young artists to really get behind them, hop on the tracks, like put them out, man, and that's gonna keep New York music on top. You know what I'm saying? Because even on the West Coast, we understand that. So I feel like that's just the responsibility of those cats to pass on what was given to them or whatever they work for.
But you know what though, Fife? I mean, again, this ain't my lane, so you know what? Step in, feel free to step in and chime on this. But I will say my 2 cents in it from a fan's perspective, growing up in Harlem and seeing the fact is I grew up right around the corner from Harlem World back in the days and stuff, and seeing the evolution of hip hop, it just seems like, you know what it was? The young this generation now of music and guys from New York. They really figured that in order to get their music played, they got to sound like the dudes that's down south. They got to really sit back and say, forget rapping the skills. It's just got to be a hot beat. We ain't got to bring no lyrics to anything like that. It's all gone. There's no more storytelling. It's very far and few between. You don't have any storytelling. I grew up with Slick Rick and everything like that. With Slick Rick, you hear stories. There was a message behind that. And we don't have that no more, man. It's a shame. New York is lost. I can't believe it. I was listening to, I think I saw a Diddy video. I just happened to, on the website or something, I saw a Diddy video on one of the internet, and he sounded like he ain't even have you ain't even think he from New York. And I mean, it's just like, yo, in order for you to get paid, you got to sound this way. And that was that wasn't New York. New York was about, we had our own sound. That back in the days when you could go to the lamppost, the DJ connected to the lamppost and get the turntables out. And then you have a real battle. You know what I'm saying? You have a real battle and stuff like that with Kumo D Battle and Busy B and stuff like that there. You know, that's back there when you go to Grandmaster Flash and the message. You understand that. You understand the evolution of that. And Fife, chime in, please, man.
Well, a lot of what you're saying is real for the simple fact that I blame all of that on the different labels and the radio stations, especially the radio stations, because they pretty much dictate what's hot. And then you got some people going under the table with the dough to get those.
But yo, I can't hear nothing he's saying.
think the label got wind of what Fife was saying.
The label cut him off.
The label finding out he's speaking the truth. The label was speaking the truth. The label found out he was speaking the truth and stuff. Fife, he back? We lost Fife and stuff.
Yo, that's wild. Yo, the label.
the label found, see, they can't hold him down.
My bad. My bad.
What you were saying, Fife?
I got knocked off real quick, but
about the labels.
I blame it on the labels. I blame it on the radio stations because they pretty much dictate what's hot, what's not. A lot of people paying under the table to get particular spins or what have you, and that's why you hear the same thing over and over and over, and you're not hearing that realness. I guarantee you there's some artists out in New York, to be specific, that are hot, but they're not getting the time of day for everything.
I agree with that to an extent.
You know what I'm saying? So
I agree with that
the
to an
music
extent,
industry on the whole is real funny style, hence the reason why I said earlier, I would trade it in to be a sports broadcaster in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Fife. Yo, hello?
Yeah, you said that, right?
Fife, I don't agree with that so much, man. I know you can't really call out names the way that I can when it comes to music, man, but I feel like the MC has come so far, man, and rap has come so far past the label. Like, you know, how we want to speak at the negotiations. It's Brian that's going to stand up for us. It's Chris. It's Blake. It's those guys that we need to stand up for. And Jay-Z has put himself to be the president of the label. It's guys that have fought hard to be the heads of hip-hop, to control their music, to put out the Kanyes, to put out what they want. And I think that New York has grandfathered that, and it's specifically to Jay, it's specifically those guys that are, you know, Russell, that did it for New York, that are beyond the label in my mind, that can put somebody else, that can back somebody, that the labels have a lot of control, but you guys have fought for the artists to be able, they have, and put themselves in position to have that type of control, man. You know, to fight the masses. You know what I'm saying? It's not just what.
Well, you're right, but at the same time, unfortunately, everybody's not thinking like that. They need to, but they're not. Because I have an album coming out later this fall or whatever, and I'm totally independent because I feel like I'm at an age or I'm at a time in my life where I'm too old to listen to a label tell me what to do with my music, what single I should put out first, because it may be sing-songy for everybody to cater to or whatever. Nah, B, this is my work, and I need to be behind it 200%. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the first single that's going to be let out, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not thinking about like that no more. And then lyrically, everybody ain't got that talent like that no more neither.
Man, there's cats out there with it, though, man. They just getting suppressed. They don't want to hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I want before we close on this show, Fife, I want to ask you this, man. You know, and it's funny we were talking about music in general. You know, there's talks that I guess they got a release date for the NWA movie that's coming out, and you look through the history of groups and stuff. You go back to the MWAs out there, Brian, with you. You have the Wu-Tang Clan, the EPMD. You guys, A Tribe Called Quest. Will we ever see a group again? And why is it so difficult for groups to be able to have longevity in the business itself?
I don't know if we'll see another group again. It might happen. You never know. But one of the reasons why a lot of groups end up breaking up because you may have a clash of personalities. Nowadays, people are just putting groups together versus you know, me knowing Q-Tip since I was 2 years old, me knowing Jerobi since we were 12, 13 respectively, or me meeting Ali Shaheed in high school. A lot of groups are just coming together on a whim. Personalities clash. Perfect example, I've known Q-Tip since I was 2 years old, and we don't always get along. We love each other, we brothers, but we don't always get along, and that's why the groups bottom out. This person wants this person wants that, this person ain't getting enough shine, you know, stuff like that. That's the main reason why a lot of groups fall apart.
I hear one thing from what he said, man, and you guys did it for the love. Like, you loved hip hop, you love what you're doing, you understood where you came from and where hip hop came from. It was for the people. It's not just for a dance. It's not just for a fad. And that's what I hear in group, man. And a couple of cats get thrown together because the label wants them together. or it's for the music, or they want to latch on the cat who's already hot. It's not because y'all really loved hip hop or like you really down for that cat. So as soon as the money's gone, the group is gone.
But I mean, you know what? You look at the whole situation where I think we just had out here. You had the Hot 97 had the Summer Jam, and G Unit finally they've gotten back together again, and some of the things that 50 Cent had talked about as guys wasn't really working together and really just didn't show the initiative, and it's just so baffling because you would think that when you start out, it's one goal, one common goal, and we're going to stay the course. And obviously things change as people change, you get older and stuff. But I just find it really fascinating where you don't really have the groups, or the groups are pretty much, like you said, Fife, manufactured, and thus the whole plan is to start as a group, then the guys break off, and you have one guy stand out and do their own thing, and then possibly come back together again. But I'll be honest with you, it's really sad. It's pathetic. I mean, you know what? It's a situation now that guys from the 90s, in terms of rap music from New York, really are the guys that, believe it or not, are still carrying the torch for music. I mean, I talked to Penny Hardaway a few times and stuff. Him and I talk all the time, and I always say about it's fascinating how Penny is from Memphis. And, it's one of those cities that, if you think about it, he's that icon that nobody's been able to replace. They haven't had another guy come out of the city of Memphis to be able to replace him. A la like New York, you had Kenny, then you had Steph, then you had Sebastian, Lance, and all these guards and stuff, and just continue on and on, where they haven't had that. And I think that's the same way when it comes to New York's music and the hip-hop scene. It's, you guys got to still carry the torch, Fife. And, I mean, the beauty of it is we're going to support your music regardless and stuff. So definitely look forward to that. Ryan, we got to do this again, man. We got to get you to come out to New York to come on to Sirius XM, man, and shut it down, man. We got to do that, man. I don't know. We got to do that. Because we got to do this here, man, a little bit more. You got the microphone. You got the headphones. You know what I'm saying? And Fife, I got to have somebody to really be able to battle Fife and I. Because I'm saying that Fife, he has a lot of teams allegiance. He got a lot of love for the teams and stuff. It's like,
if Fife is a Niner, I'm good with him, yo. If he's a Niner, we good. If he can accept the 49ers, we good. I mean, if he over for the West Coast, we good. He's in the Bay.
No, I can't do it. I can't. Fife, you can do it. I can't.
I wanted them to win the Super Bowl. I wanted them to beat Seattle last year in the NFC Championship. I will say that. But
we need more than the Niner Nation needs more than want from you, Fife. We need more than want and respect.
Fife.
Listen, my wife is a Raider fan. You want me to die? You know what I'm saying? My wife is Oakland Raiders all day. My son is Raiders all day.
Yo. That's like a real safety.
Fan too,
that's like a real safety issue, yo.
But it was a beautiful thing when we played. The Buccaneers played the Raiders in the championship in the Super Bowl. I loved it. One of the things I will say: once my Buccaneers team is out of the playoffs, I don't root for no other team. I'm just a bystander. There's no saying I want them to win. No, that's not being a fan. Your off season is spent on how you can be able to develop your team, Fife. It's none of that.
Saying Fife's not a fan?
I don't know, but I'm saying he need to be with his team in the off season. I sat down and I want to know.
Always with my team. How many NFL drafts have you attended? How many NBA drafts have you attended for your team?
Let me tell you something.
Don't tell me I ain't a fan, baby boy.
I was there in '84, all right? In '84, I cut school, all right? I had to say that minute. I cut school to go down there. I wanted to see what they was going to do. I was in the building when Mark Jackson got drafted. I was there with Sheldon Jones and them got drafted. I said, yo, I'm there with Mark. I was there and said, Mark, you know what I'm saying? I got love for you on that. I was there. I was a ball boy there back in the days. I got the history there.
Yeah, no doubt. I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to close this show. Hey, it's been great. Brian, we got to do this again, my friend, man. Sir. Definitely. Right. We do it again every Wednesday, man. We got the draft next week. Going to be breaking down the mock draft, get the picks, everything.
Yeah. Like hey, Ryan, come to New York and back up Tyson Chandler, fam. We need that size, family. Hurry up. Bring Chris Paul with you. Word.
Hey, Ryan might be playing. Hey, Ryan might have LeBron James on his team next year.
You think? That'd be crazy. I'm moving to LA. I want to see that.
Ryan could be out there with LeBron.
You never know.
Huh?
You never know. You never know.
You never know. It'll be a
never
Clipper town.
know.
Hey, Ryan, it's been a treasure. Fife, always a pleasure, man.
Appreciate it.
Everybody,
Yo, love, man.
don't
Good
forget,
luck next season, Ryan.
Yup, yes, sir.
every Wednesday night, Bottom Line Sports Show is here. We say peace. Have a good one, people.
Yes, sir.